Today we're going to be looking at 10 cheap designer scents that rival some of the big designer brands that are significantly more expensive. Oftentimes when you want more quality, you do have to sacrifice price point and you got to bump it up a bit. But that isn't always the case. There are some exceptions to that rule, and these are 10 of them here. So I tried to keep it around $50 and below for this video. Now $50 isn't necessarily cheap either. A lot of these fall quite below that, but a lot of the big designer brands that you may think of when comparing cheaper scents to more expensive ones, most of those, even at discounters, are still going to run up into the $100 range. And so you've got some pretty good savings here. A lot of these are much more affordable than those other big designers, but you still get great quality, great uniqueness as well. So if you're on a budget, but you want to get the most out of your dollar and get some amazing high quality scents for a low price, this is going to be the one for you. If you want to check any of these out, I will link them down below to discounters for you. Also, if you want a chance to get any rare, new, or discontinued, hard to find scents at great prices, sign up to the mailing list down below. Really cool. Armani Stronger With You Amber Edition, the new one, just came in stock at Fragrance By, but then it sold out really quickly after because I sent an email out and a lot of you guys were able to pick up your bottle. Brand new release, already available until it sold out. Stuff like that, Fahrenheit, Le Parfum, and Stronger With You Absolutely also came in at the same time. So I was able to bundle all of that up into an email and send it out to my email subscribers, and you guys were able to get some amazing deals there. If you want stuff like that, first link down below. Let's get things kicked off with Azzaro Extreme. So this one actually smells a bit like Acqua di Gio Profondo. So that's a big designer brand. And with that normally comes a pretty big price tag. Even on discounters, Profondo is around $100 depending on bottle size. And this one here is usually around $40 to $45. It's got C notes, orange, there's some juniper berries in here, or maybe some other type of aromatic, a sage, lavender type of thing going on. But ultimately, this does have that mineral, aquatic, orangey creaminess that Profondo has, very similar to each other, except this one is a little bit less than half the price, but it still has amazing quality. It's got good performance as well, and this is perfect heading into summertime. This next one falls right around the same price, $40 to $45 for 100 ml. Versace Man Eau Fresh. It's got lemon, has bergamot, there is some musk, some star fruit in here. Very, very refreshing, relaxing, uplifting, and another one that's perfect for summertime. One thing that impressed me about this one, and still does, to be fair, is the quality. It's fantastic. I mean, this is not an expensive scent. It really is right there in that mid-range, slightly below, so it's pretty easily obtainable. You don't have to throw a ton of money into something and just hope that you like it. This is something that's not only very blind buy safe, but it's also easy on the wallet. Fun fact for any new viewers, this was one of the very first fragrances that I ever purchased. Legitimately one of the very first. I bought my two first fragrances at the same time. This one and Nautica Voyage. Two very affordable, fresh summertime scents. So this quite literally started my collection. Everything you see behind me and all the stuff that you can't see that's on the floor and still in boxes, all stemmed from this one. Pretty cool. And even now, going on 6 years later, thousands of bottles later, I still look at this, I still smell it, and think that it is amazing. And for the price, it brings a ton of value. Next up, my tiny little bottle of Burberry Brit for men. So I actually just got a 100 ml bottle in. This is not that. I forgot to bring it downstairs with me. I also got this at the very beginning stages of my collection, and I don't know why I got this tiny bottle. I really don't, but I did, and I still have it. It's got rose, ginger, tonka bean, and cardamom in here. Fantastic. Yes, it's a Burberry scent. Yes, it is on the cheaper side of things, right? Hence why it's in this video. However, it is great and kind of is in a similar vein to something like YSL L'Homme Ultime, which is also a rose and ginger scent, discontinued, very expensive, hard to find. Again, similar ballpark, similar style, but not clones of each other. But to me, this is unique. The rose ginger combo is a fantastic one. It's something that automatically gives us more of a refined, gentlemanly type of smell. To me, there's nothing that is juvenile or youthful or anything like that about this. This is not of the newer style trend of being super sweet or a blue fragrance. So with that, it kind of does stand out because most people aren't going to be wearing things like this these days. Even though it is much more affordable, I want to say right around $30, maybe $35, maybe into the 40s, can't remember for sure. It still smells much more expensive than it actually is. Similar deal with this, right around the $40 range, Missoni Parfum. Nice custom presentation with a magnetic cap. This one often gets compared to Bleu de Chanel and kind of in a similar ballpark. It's got grapefruit, ginger, lemon. There's a lot of birch in here as well, so very woody, citrusy, masculine, gentleman scent. Not quite as blue as Bleu de Chanel. It doesn't have, a lot of the kind of ambergris, ambroxan, amber type of thing going on. Mostly just citrusy and woody with a sweetness as well, which I kind of like. The birch is pretty strong with this one, so it kind of gives it just more of a traditional type of a woodiness. Great stuff though, nice performance. It's not actually a parfum, contrary to popular belief. It's an eau de parfum. That being said, still has great performance, and for the price, this one brings a lot to the table. Quality, overall wearability, mass appeal, smell, and performance is not bad given the type of scent that it is and that price point. So this next one randomly showed up. It's one that's been hard to find for years at this point, and there's a ton of it in stock now. It's been going for right around, again, $40, $45. That's kind of the popular price range. Mercedes-Benz Infinite Spicy. This is by Olivier Cresp. It's of the club line. So it's Mercedes-Benz VIP Club Infinite Spicy. Yeah, pretty cool. These do have a cap, 100 ml bottle, $44. Very spicy, and that should come as no surprise. So that's something I want to reiterate is legitimately, it's one of the spicier, fresh, spicier scents I have in my collection. One of the strongest ones in terms of just how powerful and spicy it really is. I just wanted to throw that out there because if the name doesn't get it past you, the scent definitely will. I mean, it's no joke, and it truly does live up to its name, and I think that's pretty neat. Pretty attractive note breakdown on this one here. We've got Sichuan pepper, juniper berries, cardamom, so fresh spicy, a little bit warm spicy, very aromatic. Another one that's a little bit more traditional. It's nothing trendy. It's nothing of the new style of men's perfumery. And so I think this does bring a lot to the table. It has a lot to offer, especially at this price point. And ultimately, there's nothing else out there that smells like it. I don't really draw any comparisons to anything else that I have or have smelled, which also adds to just how much it has to really kind of bring to your collection in terms of value. There's just something about this one to me that's really refreshing in more ways than one. Not only the fresh spiciness of it, but also just the fact that it is different and unique. A lot to be said about this one. It's really good stuff. Okay, so we'll get out of that $40 price range and we'll cut it right in half. And we'll go down to about $20 for this next one, which is crazy. It's Ancre Noir by Lalique. So there's 3 of them in the line. There's this, there's Sport, and there's Azzaro Extreme. Honestly, guys, all 3 are great for the price. Okay, I just wanted to feature this because I kind of think it's one of the more wearable ones. Sport is as well, but it's hard to beat the original. It's got vetiver, cypress, and cashmere. Very woody, okay? And really, it's all about the vetiver. Now, it's not your typical soapier, cleaner vetiver. It's more on the lines of an earthy vetiver. It's earthy, very dark, very aromatic. It's just a ton of woods. It's very much a dry scent. There's nothing that's going to be really like uplifting and refreshing about this one. It is earthy and dry and to the point. That being said, it is still very masculine. It's very straightforward with what it's trying to achieve. It's very much a professional smelling scent. You know, it's not going to be something that most teenagers are going to want to go for. You know, this kind of has a little bit more of a mature smell to it overall. However, if you are looking for something phenomenal for the price, a great earthy vetiver for $20, you really can't go wrong with this. And it does smell significantly more expensive than it really is. I've talked about this next one a ton. Bentley for Men Absolute, cedarwood, a pink pepper in here. There is a little bit of like this boozy kind of whiskey rum accord, even though it's not listed off. There's some papyrus, which is also adding to the spiciness. Very much a dry cedarwood. Kind of smells like Gucci Pour Homme 1, which is also a dry cedarwood style scent. Some even say it almost smells like pencil shavings, and you can actually kind of see where people are coming from when you smell this, which is interesting. It doesn't sound good, you know. I don't think it's maybe the most accurate description, but you kind of do really get that dry earthiness, that shaved wood type of smell. So another one that's very much a masculine, traditional, more so style of scent here. Nothing new, nothing you know, modern in terms of its style, but it really does stand out. Right around $30 for this one, $35, 100 mil, great performance out of it, and so unique. Yes, it does smell a lot like Gucci Pour Homme 1, so it very much took a page out of that book. However, that one is discontinued. You really can't buy it anywhere unless you're willing to pay $200+, which I don't recommend you do. And so when it comes to just smelling other people on the street, you're not really going to come across things that smell like this. And again, just to reiterate, it is so good for the price. Bentley for Men and Bentley for Men Intense are the same way. And to be fair, this entire line are some of the best budget-friendly scents that you can buy for men when you're also factoring in impeccable quality with that price point. These are amazing. You gotta have these. Next up, we have John Varvatos XX Artisan, or Artisan XX. It's their 20th anniversary special scent, or at least one of them. They do have a few kind of going after this style, but this is their vetiver scent. So another vetiver. However, it is the complete opposite to Encre Noir. Okay, this is a soapy, clean vetiver. With that vetiver, you're getting some bitter orange, some aromatics in here as well. So a tinge of a sweetness from the orange, which I really like. A little bit of a sour bitterness as well. Obviously, bitter orange. But it's, again, soapy, clean vetiver. Much easier to pull off. A little bit more modernized overall. Now, what I like about this so much is that even though it is a soapier variety of vetiver, it doesn't smell like any of the other ones out there. It doesn't smell like Tom Ford Grey vetiver, or Roja Parfum's vetiver, or Guerlain vetiver, or pick your favorite vetiver scent. It doesn't smell like any of them. Really, they found a way to make this one stand out, and part of that is the fact that they are maintaining the Artisan DNA with the orange in here. So again, it's a flanker of the original Artisan, which is, you know, a similar wicker style bottle, except it's brown instead of this really cool, almost gray metallic flake. I think this bottle is one of their best works. It just looks awesome to me. And the scent is also one of the best in production John Varvatos scents that you can buy. The performance on this is better than the others. Still not great, but the price point is amazing. This one brings a lot to the table if you want something versatile and wearable, not to mention it's perfect for springtime right now. Going back to more of a summertime scent, right around $29 for Pepe Jeans Cocktail. It's got grapefruit, there's some yuzu going on in here, a little bit of ginger as well, kind of a little spicy kick off the top. Fantastic stuff. This made it pretty high in my top 10 summer list last year. I can't remember exactly where it placed, but it did well. And again, you know, I mean, I'm pretty particular about my summer scents because it's my favorite time of year, and so I have to cram a lot of my favorites into what feels like a pretty short window, even though you can get quite a bit of use out of them throughout the year just when it's warm. But, you know, I kind of built my collection on summer scents, and so I have a lot of them, and it really has to be good for me to put it in a video narrowed down to 10 for that season. And this one made the cut. Again, $29, $30, 100 mil. It smells fantastic, especially at that price point. It smells like it could be 60 bucks, honestly. I mean, the quality is great. Performance is decent, nothing great, nothing horrible either. It's about what you would expect for something of this price. very uplifting, bright. It's a great compliment getter, and you could wear it for pretty much anything in the warm season. Late spring into early fall when it's hot, this one works. And for those really hot days, it can hold up as well. Last up, I want to say around 40, maybe 45, Dunhill Icon. Just the original one. I think the original is the best. They have pretty good flankers, but this one to me is the most unique by far. It's got neroli, bergamot, and pepper, and you guys have heard it before. Smells like grape soda off the top, which is bizarre. You know, when you hear that and you haven't smelled it, you're thinking, okay, how can that be possible? But I promise you, the first time you get it and you smell it, you see exactly where people are coming from. Legitimately fizzy grape soda. And to me, I think that's the coolest thing ever. It's that ginger neroli variety that's going on in here that really brings that off and pulls that off rather. It's super unique. And even though, this is the best part, even though it has that grape soda fizzy smell, it's very much a gentleman's scent. It doesn't smell like a teenager. It smells like someone who is well dressed, well put together, and has a career that he's really trying to advance in. And that sounds kind of contradictory. You know, youthful grape soda and then something that smells super mature. It really is quite bizarre, but it is worth checking out. And, you know, that grape soda fizziness goes away in the dry down on your skin, and then you're left with more so just the citrus neroli thing going on. Still smells fantastic in the dry down, but it's super cool. It's fun to stick along for the ride and smell this one transition through the different phases from opening to dry down. It brings so much to the table. There's nothing else out there really like it. And legitimately, this smells like it could be going for $80. It has the uniqueness. It has the quality to back it up. It just has everything going for it. Not to mention the presentation, which is one of the heavier bottles that I have in my collection. It's a very thick glass. You can see your level in the bottom, which is important sometimes. Very thick glass, nice metal. You have plenty of grip on this. But I mean, if you drop this on your foot or something, you could be looking at a broken toe, potentially. I wouldn't want to try it, but I could see it happening. Heavy. I mean, this feels premium. The cap clicks into place as well with authority. I mean, this, seriously, it's premium stuff. It's awesome. You got to have it. All right, guys, that's going to do it for me. 10 cheap or more affordable designer scents that can rival some of those big designer brands that even at discounters are still fetching $100, $110, $120, $150, right? Things of that nature. Your Dior's, Chanel's, and some of your Armani's, your Yves Saint Laurent's, your Gucci's, you know, your Hermes fragrances, right? The list goes on. Those are all fantastic. I have all of them. I love them. Some of my favorites fall from those brands and those price ranges. But if you want to maximize your dollar and stretch it as far as you cannot go wrong with a single thing in this list. Links will be down below. Deals will be going out to my mailing list subscribers almost on a daily basis. Again, guys, the rare stuff, the new stuff that you want to be getting, get on that list and I will get you taken care of. As soon as anything like that comes into stock that's worth noting that you're having a hard time picking up, I will let you know. L'Oreal Extreme, Dior, Fahrenheit Parfum, Dior Homme Parfum, Dolce & Gabbana The One Luminous Night. You guys get the drift. Thank you guys so much for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy. We'll see you tomorrow with another one. Take care.